Three, two, one, and we're live, dude. Number one cast in the world. Let's get it popping.
All right, I'm recording too. Hello, good evening, Doug.
Good evening, dude. Now, listen, I want to start this off first and foremost with some beef squashing, because you said that you were going to come into this. You said you were going to come into this cast hot
I'm coming in hot. I'm coming
with
in hot.
accusations.
You know, let's actually just take a second to applaud ourselves on our setup right now. One episode, we told y'all we were coming for the crown. Yeah. One episode later, we've got mics. We've got
massive improvements. Massive improvements. I changed my shirt. I got a boom arm. We're ready to go, dude. We're firing hot.
I've got a different tank top for you.
Garrett still didn't get dressed for the podcast, and that is a trend that's going to continue, unfortunately.
Yeah, I still do have this slightly smaller than usual cup of water.
Mm-hmm. And I got my manly Yeti over here, ready to go.
If you remember, I was like fiending for a High Noon like sponsorship. I had to can them. They weren't giving me the right numbers.
Yeah, High Noon did reach out to us, asking us to please stop using their products in our podcast with 2 subscribers and 15 views.
I think we have 20 views now. So
yeah. One of those viewers was High Noon, which is really upsetting.
Yeah, they didn't like the way they were being talked about.
God damn, dude. You should have seen me leading up to this. I just played Freebird coming into this cast just to get warmed up.
What's Freebird?
Oh my God, dude. Lynyrd Skynyrd, Freebird.
Oh yeah, I know a lot about Lynyrd Skynyrd and Freebird.
God damn, dude, you un-American. I can't believe you just said that.
Yo, right. Doug wanted this pod to be called The Great American Odyssey.
Damn right.
Hey, what in the hell?
Damn right, dude. That's true. You know Sweet Home Alabama.
Home Alabama.
That's a Lynyrd Skynyrd. That's a Lynyrd Skynyrd song. There you go.
Oh, okay.
So you're not too far out the loop. Oh my God, dude. I went for a walk too. It's a beautiful day today.
Yeah, I left my house very briefly. Just got on the bike, went to the store. I'm not trying to be outside today.
Why today?
Just like, honestly, when like the workday ends and it's around like 6 p.m., there's so many people in the streets. And I just hate being outside sometimes when it's like a shit ton of people, you know, like.
Is that like a virus? Is that a virus concern, or it's just you don't want to have to deal with that many people?
I feel like it does stem from the virus. It's like we're already not supposed to be outside that much, right? And then you see when you go outside, especially around where I live. So like where I live in New York, there's like a ton of people outside at all times. But after 6 p.m., it's like so many more people because I think a lot of people are getting off work still, even though like a lot of people have gone back to work already. So yeah, you get outside. It's around 6 or 7 just to get like some dinner, right? And you see no one wearing masks. The one homeless guy in the corners coughing up a lung.
But that was that was a constant. The guy coughing up a lung on the corner was there pre-corona.
Yeah, but now he possibly has corona and you're trying to stay away from him.
Exactly. There's like an added element of fear now that you have to consider.
Definitely.
Oh, dude, it's weird. I don't really have because I'm pretty much in suburbia where I am. So it's like things are just pretty much the same every day. Like you see kids outside playing on the street.
They're probably not too worried about masks either.
No, not really. Like, I mean, well, I'm in Virginia. So, I mean, you can go out to the bars here and I went out probably a month ago and not a single person wearing a mask on the street. There maybe like were a couple bars that required you to wear one going in, but other than that, it was free real estate. It was no one cared.
Yeah. And even if they let you get in the bar with one, it's like you need a mask to get in, right? It's like a checkpoint. And then as soon as you get in,
exactly,
take that mask off. It's
crazy.
It's
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Dude, you should have seen me. I felt like a total adult the other day. I was leaving my my neighborhood, turning the corner just to like go onto the main street, and this kid, he's about 6 years old, comes down the street with a scooter, like a Razor scooter, middle of the street. He's going so fast that he almost runs into my car. So I roll down my window and I tell him, just like, slow down. No idea where his parents were. I was like, God damn, I'm turning into my dad. This is
Definitely,
great.
definitely. And you know, you were once that kid too.
I was definitely once that kid running with my Razor scooter.
Right. Now you're the whole way home, you're thinking, oh man, did that guy get a good look at me?
God damn. I'm hoping that kid went home just like terrified. Like, oh my, like this stranger yelled at me to slow down.
Wait, terrified of you.
Terrified of me. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Let's take a grander look at that.
well, I thought about it afterwards. I was like, should I have yelled at this? Like, I mean, should I have told this kid to slow down? And I thought, you know, in that exact moment, I don't know where his parents were, but they weren't there at that moment to like tell him that he shouldn't be going down the middle of the street when there's cars.
Mm-hmm.
So I figure he's got to hear it from someone, right?
He does. Are you
So,
that person? Though?
Am I?
Like, was he really causing that much of an issue?
I became that person.
And, you know, it's kind of early for you. What, like 23, and you're already doing?
Oh
Karen
my God.
Shit?
No, do not Karen me right now. Oh, dude, I know. It hit me so fast because that's the worst. I mean, as a driver, for one thing, it's probably the worst nightmare you could have. Is,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah, hitting a, not just anyone, but like a kid.
Hitting a kid, yo, that's
Yeah.
something that you don't hope ever happens. Similar with like if you have an AC unit and you don't have a bracket on it, you're always a little bit worried that you're gonna hit someone on the street.
Yeah, that it's gonna like drop down. And that's weird. It's almost like it's not a reaction. Like it comes off as angry. And like I think when we were young, when like our parents, or like just not just parent, but like adults, when adults would yell at us, we think that they're angry, but it's almost like it's out of fear on their part. Like adults are afraid of hitting like the kid that's skateboarding on the street.
Yes,
You know,
they are.
they're afraid of that, and then that fear comes off as like anger.
But let's be real, a lot of parents just have pent up just anger and aggression from like whatever the fuck's going wrong at home. You know, any way they can get in work too. You add in work and home. There's like little periods throughout your day where you get pissed off for no reason. You're standing at the grocery store waiting in line, and someone asks you like if you work there, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like that's what I needed today.
There's definitely a limit. There's definitely a point where it goes too far.
Yeah, like, see, look, you're 23 already pulling shit like that. Imagine 45. You're coming out in your lawn wearing a robe and you've got slides on and you're yelling at kids. You don't want to be that guy.
I know, dude. It's my worst night. I think there's so many good things about having kids that I think would be great, but at the same time, it's like I think it would be living in constant fear or anxiety. Because I mean, and like it sounds morbid, but like that's what it would be like. I mean, up until they're like 18, you know,
And
like going
just
off
the
to
constant
college.
money suck. Kids are a leech that don't.
Oh, my kids are
go
getting
away.
no money. Dude, I thought this is like another interesting topic I was thinking about bringing up. I was anticipating that if I have kids, hopefully when I have kids, that I don't think I'll pressure them to go to college. I don't think I'll tell them that they have to do that. I was hoping that maybe I would just say like I think that when you become an adult and when you move out of the house, it's very important that you have some sort of income that's reliable
Like, can you give me?
and like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah. So I was just saying that I don't think that I'm going to necessarily like pressure my kids one way or the other to go to college. I just want to, I do think that kids got to move out like around like 18, something like after you finish high school, like once you finish K through 12. But then I think as a parent, all you have to do is stress the importance of having some sort of relatively stable stream of income where you can support yourself. So you can, you know, be able to maybe pay for rent and put food on the table.
Right.
And I'd also be willing to like pay for education that isn't a 4-year degree, because like you've heard of so many things now, like those like 14-week or 2-month or 3-month boot camps that you can do, like
For
for
coding,
yeah, like for
software
programming,
work.
things like that. Like don't you feel like by the time that we have kids, I feel like the college landscape is going to be different.
I completely agree with you, and it's already changed a little bit. So in the way that you're already saying that you wouldn't pressure them to go to school, but understanding the importance of money and figuring out how you're going to be able to support yourself, because in the end of things, we would love to see the continuation with like higher education, going to college. That looks great, but not everyone is built to go to college, and not all career paths are designed to go to college.
I know. Yes, yes,
Mhm.
that's so true. Because I think that college has now become the way that it's sold and packaged is that like you can learn whatever you want to learn about and come here for 4 years, pay for your degree, and like it's simple as that. But I don't think that that's what it should be. I think you should go into college with the anticipation that you're going to find a job somewhere at the end of it, because it is like it's a serious expense, whether that's for like I was lucky enough that my parents like were able to cover that, but so many people I know took out student loans. And if you're taking out hefty student loans, like you're already putting yourself at a disadvantage.
Mhm.
And and it's annoying because I think that that's something that a lot of kids that take out student loans aren't told. They're not told that like you're getting into like a pretty big financial setback right now that could affect you down the line.
Yes.
And that's not like their fault. It's definitely due to the fact like these universities are crazy overpriced and like
Oh
they're
yeah.
only getting more expensive.
Mhm.
It's great. And you have like, did you hear that recently? Like a lot of kids, when some schools said they're doing fully online, a lot of kids are just saying like fuck it, I'm not going.
Right. They're taking the year off, doing something,
Yeah.
doing a gap. And going back to what you said, you made the point about how school taking out student loans and not being able to pay for school is a huge, huge struggle right now with college. You're getting these kids, they have these loans that are attached to their name when they're 18, right? And they're not able to pay off those giant loans. And especially with so many other things that could happen while you're on your path, like in school, your academic career, right? You could have family issues that happen. You could have
Hmm.
something emotionally that sets you back. You're not able to handle the coursework. You're not interested in that major anymore. Which how many times you switch your major and you lose the coursework that you did up to it. That's a semester of work potentially that you're going to lose because you want to switch and explore a new career path. That's not the way it should be.
Exactly. It's not the way it should be, because like you can learn anything on your own time, which is, I mean, college offers so many resources. Like there's a lot of great professors and there's a lot of great things that are maybe unique to a college campus. But I mean, there's so many cool things that I feel like I'm learning now that, I didn't want to learn in college. I didn't have like philosophy is something that interests me a lot. But I don't regret not majoring in philosophy, because I like can spend my entire life learning about that through whatever way that I want, you know. And same with like
What are you
mute.
going to
Yeah,
do with your philosophy degree? Like, do you want to work in philosophy? Like, do you want to be a professor at a university? Like, you may be interested in it, but that doesn't mean it wants to be like you want it to be your main focus in life.
exactly. And if you want to teach, or if you want to work like in the school system, I do think that that path could make sense. Or if you want to like get your doctorate. But I think in a way it's a scam that college advertises itself as a place like where you can go and just like learn whatever you want, like do whatever you want to do, and then you finish your senior year and then they just leave you with a check for like 100 grand.
And visit our career services office too.
They leave you with a bill for just like thousands of dollars with like an interest rate going up every year. And it's like, God damn. Dude, did you see, most important topic, did you see Cardi B interviewed Biden?
No,
Oh
I
my
didn't see that.
God. Great video. Just imagine that. Literally, like
How was it? Tell me.
She was dressed up in like a full suit, but her nails were about like 6 inches long. She was just like God, it was so funny. And then Biden was basically like incoherent the whole time. I feel for him, dude. I really do feel for him. I think he's on his last legs.
Biden, have you noticed he doesn't, when he speaks sometimes, it all just comes out and it's like nothing was really said.
Oh my
Like he'll
God.
talk, he'll dance around questions when he's asked. Like I watched the Charlemagne interview he had with like a few months ago, the one where he said you're
The
not
Breakfast Club?
you ain't black, yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't black if you don't vote for Joe. And you know, watching that I was just like I really don't want to vote for this man. I don't feel like he is better. I feel like he's no. I feel like he's better than Trump, 100%. But I don't feel like he's better for our nation than if we had someone else entirely.
Mm. It's very like the way that he speaks is just concerning to me because I feel like I can notice a pretty stark difference between how he's talking now and like the energy that he carried 4 years ago, like under the Obama administration. And the fact that I think the difference is so noticeable identifies that, 4 years from now, it's likely that he could decline further, which I think is concerning. But I do agree that I think that the system and like the group of people that he could bring in, like, would likely be better than what we're getting now with Trump. Dude, the advertisements are crazy. The ads are way too much. I mean, the ads that Trump are running are. I mean, anyone that's on YouTube right now,
Oh yeah,
I'm convinced no matter what interests you follow or what videos you watch, you're probably getting a Trump ad right
you're getting
now.
a Trump ad. You are getting a Trump ad. A Snapchat too. He's infiltrated.
He's on
Uh,
Snapchat.
he's on Snapchat,
Oh
man.
my
You,
God.
you like see the white text come up with the black background. Joe Biden does not support this. And you're like, what? These kids
Joe
can't even
Biden.
vote. Most people with Snapchat are probably under 18. Like, I get on there to chat with my friends, but the people watching the stories and shit, they're under
I mean,
18.
there's something about it that I kind of admire. I mean, he's taking just a wildly aggressive. His team is taking a very aggressive approach. They're going just balls to the wall on this. They're throwing everything they got. I mean, they're making like a Hollywood trailer.
Yeah, it is entertaining. We can't take away from it.
It's so entertaining. It's so entertaining. I mean, I'd be willing to say that, like, in all honesty, he's the most entertaining president that we've ever had. And I'm tired of people. I'm tired of people saying otherwise.
Oh man, yeah, because entertainment, good or bad, that shit.
Yes.
If your eyes are glued to whatever you're watching, that's entertainment. It's plain
And
and simple.
and I know this is like a trope that's been pointed out again and again, but I do think that to some degree he's funnier than a lot of the people that make fun of him.
Yeah, I think it's more like we laugh at the ridiculous, crazy shit he says. You know?
Yes,
It's
yes.
like we're not. He probably thinks we're laughing with him, like, oh, this is funny. But like when you say like, build that wall or let's continue to rally without mask and shit, you just sound so crazy. Like
Yeah,
I've
it's
lost it already.
yeah.
I
I
can't do
exactly.
it.
I'd rather laugh just at him rather than laugh at other people saying he's stupid. Like listen, no, idiot. I can tell that he's stupid. I can hear him too. Like I don't need like Trevor Noah going on the Daily Show like playing clips of Trump being like, "Wow, look, isn't he so dumb?" Yes, idiot. I know. I heard the same video that you did. I know
Right.
he's an idiot.
Oh my goodness.
But
Yeah,
he's
that is.
funny.
He is. He's a funny fucking idiot. Now, should he be running our country? Like,
No, not. I know, dude. Like,
yeah.
Do you think that it really is a position that could be held like by any one person? It does seem. It does seem like just a crazy amount of power to just
You know,
give
if it
to.
were up to me, we would uproot the
Oh,
entire
yikes!
the government. I'm telling you right now, we need to like electoral college needs to go. That's so
Get rid of
antiquated.
it.
Let's get the fuck rid of it. Boom, throw it out.
United States
Everyone,
of Garrett.
right? Yo, these are my United States Senate. Goodbye.
What?
We need a
What's
Senate.
wrong? Why don't?
What do we
Why?
need a Senate for?
It's well,
Twitter.
it's
We need designated Twitter handles that represents groups of people.
I was with you at get rid of the Electoral College, and then you just said get rid of the Senate, which is half of Congress. You just got rid of like a critical part of checks and balances.
So listen, all right, man. All right, let's get rid of the Supreme Court too. Those motherfuckers don't do shit.
This is a
I should be
perfect.
the supreme judge.
This
I'll
is
make
a
better decisions than everyone else.
this is a perfect example of why these kinds of calls are hard. Like why change is hard to make in general. It's because someone will come along with like one good idea, and then they'll follow it up with all the shit that you just said. they'll, they'll start by saying like, yeah, like let's get rid of the Electoral College, and everyone's like, yeah, and then he's like, also no Supreme Court, just one guy making all the calls. Also, let's bring
Yeah.
back the guillotine instead of
Oh,
lethal injection.
That doesn't, put them public display. Public, those
Oh my
always they
god.
always held the people
Oh
in
my
check.
god. Dude, I cannot be saying things like that this close to the nation's capital.
Yeah, no, they're watching you over in Arlington.
Dude, it's dishonest. I can't say. You think you're all safe up in New York. You're just like the head of pop culture. Everyone can say whatever they want. No, I live in a law and order state, all right?
I went on Google Maps and I couldn't even. I'm pretty sure they block people from seeing your buildings around DC in 3D. You can't go on Google Maps and
In DC?
Yeah, you can't do it. I tried to do like a flyover of DC. You can't do.
No,
The buildings are flat.
I don't believe.
Like I'm telling you right now, anybody look, you pull up Google Maps right now or Google Earth, pull up Google Earth and go over DC, Arlington area. You're not going to be able to see the buildings in 3D and you're going to be upset.
This is a conspiracy I might be here for. DC is flat. There are no buildings in DC. DC is 2D.
Damn near is. What, your
Oh my
tallest building
God.
is the Washington Monument.
I know DC is very weird. It's kind of nice because it's not claustrophobic like New York. Because New York, it's like everywhere you go, it's like things are threatening to like drop on your head. But yeah, DC is, dude. Every time I drive by the Pentagon, I drop to like 40 miles per hour. The speed limit's 50, but I'm too nervous. I feel like they got sights on me.
Oh my, when you're driving through DC, you're driving through DC when there's like 10 cameras at every stoplight looking at you, holding you there for a minute and a half. Like, what is going on here?
They got sights on. They got sights on you at all times. There's tons of police everywhere. It's crazy. And that's, dude, one thing that I noticed too is I feel like more often when I've been driving around, I see more and more police in the wealthier neighborhoods. Have you ever noticed that before?
Yeah, and it makes zero sense.
Especially like because me and you grew up in suburban Maryland,
Mhm.
in like a pretty like wealthy area, like Montgomery County, Maryland, and that area.
Say affluent now.
Yes, affluent. Every time I've gone to Montgomery County, because I don't live there now, I see so many cops. And I wonder like why are there so many resources focused here? Because there can't be that much crime.
No, there's not. The only crime that's going on are kids popping too many Adderalls.
Too many Razor scooters going down the middle of the street,
Right,
dude.
right, yeah. Suburban cops are literally the worst.
Dude, literally, they're getting kids for like playing basketball too loud at like midnight, which like was what literally happened to us a few times. But then,
like
and then
running around, being out past 8 p.m. and like
crazy. And then you go to a neighborhood where it's like, I mean, then you like drive through Baltimore or something like that, and then you notice like just complete like desert zone. Like you don't see. And you don't notice a police presence hardly as much. Yeah. And I'm just like, God, something has to shift with these resources because this is crazy. Like we don't need like 8 feds outside Chipotle.
Right. They're all on their lunch break because no one is doing a damn thing. You go in the Chipotle, you see like 4 cops sitting around a table on like their 5th bowl. Everyone has had seconds, you know? Oh man, one of my favorite things to do when we are back in Moco is to just like, stare down cops because they just think they're such badasses, man. Like,
Oh my God, it's so funny because like they always think that they're maybe that you're about to do something because we were in a bodega last time we were in New York and I know that these guys were mad at us just because we got in there because we had them cooking our what do we have like broccoli and chicken?
Yeah, we had like a couple platters going. Like when it's the one that I go to every day, and so I get like potatoes and chicken, and I got Doug the same thing.
I said I'll have what he's having. I'm not willing to venture into some new order, but I think that also I've noticed this like with myself. I think occasionally I just give off a vibe like I'm could be suspicious because I act very confused wherever I go. I'm a very like confused person. So like especially when I'm in a new place, I'll be like looking around at things, like touching things, picking up things, putting them down. And then I just turn around and like make eye because there's 2 cops and I just stare him dead in the eye. He's been looking at me the whole time. Hands on hands on his waist, just like dead into my soul.
Oh, when their hands are on the waist, they're like they're gonna pull that gat on you right then.
And I was just like, why is this happening? And then that's right before he asked for like every single sauce in the book. Like, yeah, let me get red sauce, white sauce, teriyaki sauce,
barbecue. That was so gross. You just looked at me. I was looking up. I was there with Doug, right? And him and the cop made eye contact like 2-3 times. Weird.
Oh my God.
It's almost like you two wanted to exchange numbers or something. Then this guy asked for 4 sauces on top of his fucking bacon, egg, and cheese.
Because he's going to be fighting heart disease in a couple years, and that's what he had. Dude, cut back on the white sauce. Cut back on. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you don't need the white sauce. You do not need it. Get some broccoli on your bowl, and just cut out the white sauce. For goodness sake.
Even you know what? And I'm looking at you barbecue sauce fiends. I'm looking at y'all too.
That
shit out.
That's just sugar. That's just sugar at that point. God damn. That takes me back, dude. That takes me back to the getting the 20-piece from McDonald's and dipping it in the sweet and sour sauce.
I was never a big fan of McDonald's after, like you watch the Super Size Me clip and you see like, apparently they made it look like the nuggets were like the breast fat of the chickens. And they're like, it's just the droopy breast fat. And they cut it off and make a nugget.
Yeah, like you put the entire chicken into a blender.
Is that real?
No, that's what they showed in Super Size Me. It was just the entire chicken going into the and then after I saw that, I was like, all right. Yeah. that's it. I mean, it's 20 pieces of meat for $5.
Oh.
What do you think you're getting?
Heart disease. Whoever need to hear the line about white sauce, you also need to watch Super Size Me, and maybe that'll just change your eating habits.
Dude, if you haven't seen Super Size Me by now, there's no changing your mind. That thing got so
or
big.
You've seen it, and you're all in.
You're on the McDonald's way forever if you haven't changed your mind yet. Oh, dude, I'm fixed. Have you had dinner yet? What'd you fix up?
I actually had McDonald's. So I had a sausage egg McGriddle.
You're kidding me, right?
No, I'm not kidding. I had McDonald's. You want to see the wrapper for it? You want to make me feel even worse? Yeah, after I just shout on everybody who eats poorly, I do it too. All right.
I can't believe we were even willing to entertain a dialogue about food and that you ate a McGriddle today.
McGriddle, oatmeal, 2 sausage burritos, a hotcakes platter. That's it.
It's a sandwich made with pancakes.
It's so good. It's so good.
I like how they inject maple syrup into the buns. I'm always curious how they do that.
Why do I feel worse about, even though it doesn't sound like we're shitting on it, just the way you're talking about it, it sounds like you're shitting on my dinner.
Dude, I'm gonna do some chefing after this. I'm gonna make a tonkatsu. Never
Are you
done
gonna
it
add any
before.
seasoning to it?
Never,
'Cause-
dude. You listen. Yeah, I may be half English, half Scottish, but listen, my cooking, it's international, and my cooking breaks borders. Okay,
When I've had your cooking, as someone
any
who's had your
cuisine.
cooking, um, it leaves a lot to be desired.
Oh my God, dude, you're talking unrivaled amounts of shit right now for someone who absolutely has nothing to back it up.
All right, let's keep moving.
All
Let's.
right, we're ending that topic. I know how to cook. Garrett can't, and he ate 2 McGriddles this morning.
I'm ending the topic. Continues. You're just. Need to get a leash for you. I want to touch points on it, and you had a couple things, but the whole coronavirus and going back to school.
Yeah, we kind
It's
of
a big topic right now in New York.
yeah, we brushed over that like kind of in parts at the beginning, but yeah, that is a good point that I want to talk about. How has it been surfacing in New York?
The biggest thing right now is they're trying to figure out if kids are going to go back to school in person or not this fall, right? And so
Okay.
I currently go to a CUNY, City University New York school, and we're following whatever K through 12 does. So it's really like the whole city is dependent upon what they decide to do for the elementary through high school students. And right now it looks like, just because of everything else that's happening across the country, like you see in North Carolina, UNC, it took them like 1 week and they're already back off campus. They're doing online learning. Schools in Georgia opened up and no one was wearing masks in the hall and went viral. And like, I think they had 300 kids quarantined or something crazy. And so you hear about that here, and I think it's going to be online this fall.
And that's going to be for all K through 12 in the city of New York.
In the city of New York, yeah, all K through 12, and then that means all university students too. So that'd be CUNY students, and then they might do state of New York schools as well. I'm not sure though, but it just trickles. It's not even if you're not in school at all and you're just working at this point, this still affects you.
Right. And not it doesn't just affect kids, it really affects parents too, because there's probably no more difficult time to have young kids in the school system than now, because if you're working a full-time job, it's how can you be responsible to also guide your kids through online learning?
Yeah, that's really tough. You see like the little viral clips going around where I saw this one TikTok. Excuse me. This dad, like this girl, like got two Amazon Echoes, right? Hid one of them that wasn't like, it was muted or something. The other one she put right in front of her dad's computer for work, and she like starts playing some really loud, annoying ass like pop song. It was WAP. It was the new Cardi B song, right?
The only song that matters. Yep.
The only one. Got some hoes in the
Stop.
house.
Wait. Keep going.
Okay. And so it starts going off, right? He's in the middle of a Zoom meeting. You see like 10 heads on the Zoom call, right? And he's just like, Megan, I told you, if you would do this again, this is why I have myself muted. Oh my God. And he's going in and he's like trying to turn it off. Then he like can't turn it off because it's not even the one that's playing. So he's just doing a ton of extra shit. But kids are going to be annoying the fuck out of their parents this entire next year. It's going to be crazy.
It's gonna be rough. And like, I do think that there could be a gap that's getting created now between, or the gap will be increased between like wealthier families and families that are less well off, because I do think there's going to be a significant portion of kids that won't have the same access and like to technology that other kids have. And they might not even have like the ability to like participate per se in all the opportunities that are available. And I mean, that if this goes on for say one entire school year, that's a pretty substantial gap. And not to mention that there's a lot of kids that rely on school as a means for providing like subsidized breakfast and lunch every day. And that's crazy.
I think you're very right. There will be another gap, just like how you think of like universities. There's a gap with, or when you go to a more resource school, apparently you can be getting you're gonna have a better experience, and you're gonna learn
Right.
more, and it'll all be better. I think the same will be happening in schools. It's already been happening in separate districts, different resources, but now it's just like the playing field is completely unlevel. You've got kids who have laptops at home, who have high speed internet connections, versus other kids in the same school who don't have a phone, who don't have an internet, or who don't have an internet connection at home, don't have a laptop to use, and already are probably facing other struggles at home too. I think it's going to be a really down year for like learning for academic purposes and actually learning.
Yeah.
Kids might do the same in school because cheating online is so
Right.
easy.
Yeah. And I think it's also going to highlight that teachers, especially teachers in the K through 12 system, they're not just educators. They play multiple roles. And I think that we experience that too. I mean, we've obviously had good teachers, bad teachers, and like great teachers, but they play like some sort of leadership role in kids' lives, some more so than others. And I think that to some degree is kind of thrown out the window by online learning. And at the same time, I don't envy any of the people that have to make these choices, because who wants to be the person that says, schools can go back, and then, there's an outbreak, or
Yeah.
someone gives it to their grandparents, something like that, or a teacher gets sick, a teacher dies. Like, no one wants to be in that position either.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a very difficult call to make. And I think that there's going to be negative repercussions regardless. Like, there's bad on both sides,
On
for
both
sure.
sides,
Yeah.
and I think, like you said, there'll be teachers that shine because of this opportunity. Some are doing pretty well in this online environment. I've spoken with a couple of young teachers around 25, and they've received training for like doing online school, and like they can do a classroom all day and make sure that it's good. But there's older teachers who aren't very good with using
Mm,
Zoom or leading a class online, and it's a completely different type of instruction style, and
yeah,
teachers are
that's
still learning how to
great
deal with
point.
it.
Yeah. I mean, I have to show my dad like how to use Zoom every time. Like, we're on a call, it's like reteaching it for the first time. But yeah. And I'm just thankful that I don't have, a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old to like guide through school. God, that
What's
would be
the
crazy.
weirdest thing? We went to we like pulled all the kids out of school when coronavirus was at like its lowest point, right? Everyone back in
Yanked
March,
him out.
everyone, yank them out, get them on
Get
an
him out of
iPad, get them
there.
learning.
Get him out of there. Give him an
And
iPad.
now we're so hurried to get everyone back to school. What the hell is that about? Like, we were so quick to take everyone out when it was at its lowest, and now coronavirus is like 170,000 people have died in the country, right?
Mm,
And we're trying to push kids back into being in school. It doesn't make
yeah.
any sense. It makes zero sense.
It's weird. I think it's hard because, and there's so little science that's like that concrete on this, but people, obviously it seems like the kids themselves aren't being that negatively impacted per se by the virus, but there's still a possibility that they can transmit it to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think how much of a factor that is still being discussed. But at the same time, if they don't go back now, then when? And that extends beyond just like school per se, but everything, like returning to the workplace, um, you know,
Yeah. How
like
about you with work?
concerts.
Working from home
So
and
yeah, I mean,
coronavirus?
yeah, I'm at like a typical 9 to 5, and things have been pretty much until further notice work from home, and I think it'll stay that way for the foreseeable future.
Mm.
And I think that makes sense. Anything that I can accomplish for the most part in office, I can accomplish from home. But I think that, yeah, for some things, we're just admitting that this is going to be the future, because some companies have done that already, like Google, Twitter. Their employees are basically being told, if you don't have to come back, don't, like, because it's not necessary. But I don't know if school really should be. I don't know if we're ready for school to be one of those things, you know?
Especially with like the experiences that kids learn in school
Yeah, the social,
versus
like
a
the social
workplace.
aspect. The social aspect. That's
Hmm.
great. I mean, workplaces can be antisocial enough as it is, but like school, there's so much that you learn in school about like yourself and other people and like how to interact. Like, you know, you bully people, you get bullied, you have like the worst days ever, and that element like could be going. And it's a weird, almost like this kind of generation of young Gen Z kids that are going through this right now. It's almost like some sort of guinea pig experiment that we don't know how it's going to turn out.
I feel so bad for them. They're like, do we need to wear masks? Is this like a part of our lives now? Because it'll be a thing for, I think, at least a couple years, a couple years.
I know.
Uh,
I need to
yeah,
get better, Matt. I need to get better. I have some lame masks right now, dude. I need to level up. I need to get some bandanas. Have you seen the bandanas?
the bandana mask. I think masks are gonna
I need.
be, you know, how like before in China, before in Asia, masks were already like a big deal. I mean, like people used to wear like cool masks, and
It's the air
that's like been a
quality.
thing for for
The
years.
air quality is
Oh,
terrible.
okay.
Yeah, that wasn't the. I mean, I'm pretty confident on this, but the mass in major cities in China, I believe, is due to air quality, because I think they have, of like the top 10 cities with that are most polluted, I think that almost all of them are in China. So
That's crazy.
yeah, yeah. They have like I forgot what it's like, but I think that spending like a week in Beijing could be the equivalent of like smoking a pack of cigarettes in terms of what it can do to your lungs.
My
Yeah.
God, dude, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's just insane. There's some places in the US that are bad too. In Salt Lake City, the pollution is really bad too,
Mm.
which is, it's something, it's
You
weird.
wouldn't think about
Yeah.
that in Salt Lake City.
It's to
Like,
do, I know, I only know this because like my sister is there, but uh, there's Salt Lake City is surrounded by mountains. So in the winter, something happens with the airflow where pollution like rises over the mountains and then sinks into the city, and then it can't get out because of the, so
oh,
it's an effect called inversion. So if anyone wants to learn about weather patterns,
yeah. Check out Doug's YouTube channel for weather
yeah.
patterns in Utah.
Yeah, check out my separate channel dedicated to Utah weather. God
Dude.
damn it, dude. I felt like we just gave a
But
science lesson.
yeah, now let's
Ready to
talk
go.
about the air quality in Chernobyl.
Dude. Yeah.
Non-existent.
You you don't know anything about Chernobyl.
Bro, I watched the limited series on Hulu. Shit,
Did you watch
I know as much as most Americans.
did you watch the HBO series?
I did. Oh, that was on HBO. I
Yeah,
didn't watch it.
I heard it was very sad. I haven't watched it yet. I heard it was
You
good
should
though.
watch it. It's really good. It moves kind of slow, and
I
the
heard it
action
was
isn't like you would think it
I heard
is.
it was like dark, cuz like a lot of people do get like crazy messed up
Oh,
from that.
very dark. And it follows like the first response, the people who actually go to the explosion, like the nuclear reaction. It
Mm.
follows some of those soldiers and some of the firemen there, and it's insane what happens
Ah,
there.
dude, nuclear reaction. You're making me think of this podcast right now. You're getting me excited. Excited. That's that's the only nuclear thing I know. This pod, dude. This
Yeah, this
cast is a
pod's
nuclear
hot,
reaction.
baby.
This is a hot cast right now. This cast is a nuclear reason
I
about to
think it's
set
less
off.
hot every time you talk about it, though.
Yeah.
Y'all, if anyone's ever seen Doug play basketball, I feel the same. Like I feel bad for both of us because we both have seen some truly awful things going on in that court. Oh my man, the man breaks his own ankles dribbling down the court.
Wait, so are you comparing the HBO original series Chernobyl to watching me playing basketball? Are you saying they're both like equal? They're both equal tragedies.
They are pretty equal. Oh God, but
Mm.
it might be worse watching you play basketball.
Yeah, it's about as many people died too with all my crossovers. Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out. All right, everybody. Sorry, we had to take a quick break there. Garrett just got his Seamless delivered. He got 4 Whoppers, which is great.
What
I
the?
didn't even know there's a Burger King near you.
There
That's
is a
pretty.
Burger King near me. You know
Yeah.
what? Now that you're just talking shit, I do have to show the people.
What you got? What do you got
This
rocking?
is an air fried sub. From
Oh my
Subway.
God, dude! You have an air fryer?
We have an air fryer. Yeah, so you're talking all that shit, but this looks fire. And this one's regular chicken. It's like the same sandwich, but this one's air fried and this one's.
You don't put the entire sandwich in the air fryer, right?
That's what we do.
Oh my God. I'd say I'm not gonna hate because I actually want an air fryer.
They're pretty good.
I'm on the Instant Pot wave.
Instant Pot is nice for soups and like ramen dishes.
It's good for meat. Anything that would normally take a long time to slow cook because it's a pressure cooker. It goes really fast.
So you're on crock pot wave, Dutch oven.
It can do both. It can do both. And listen, if you're listening to this and you don't have an Instant Pot, do yourself just do yourself a service.
Yeah, the man that doesn't know how to cook is telling you to get an Instant Pot. So.
It'll teach you how to cook. Let me tell you. put anything. But it's coming from the man who lets his roommate just air fryer sandwiches and throw them through his door. All right, dude. We gotta break this off for dinner too, because I'm actually about to cook my tonkatsu, and that's the truth. All right, listen. If you liked hearing this, we promise that this is gonna get better. Listen, it gets.
Promise you, I'll better.
Listen.
Yeah. No. Are you gonna let me plug my shit down?
All right, plug your shit. Plug your shit.
All right, y'all. Have a good evening. It was great talking with you, Doug. We'll have another episode for y'all next week. Please subscribe, like the video. Follow me on Spotify too. I've got a couple playlists.
Yeah, subscribe and we'll stop uploading. We promise. Okay, but yeah, you should be able to find this on like Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you can't, it's my fault, but they should be on their way. All right, and they should also be coming out every Monday. So subscribe, hit the notification bell. And
we're on YouTube too. So look up Over the Weekend on YouTube. And
yes, sir.
There.
Yes, sir. All right. Peace out, everybody.
Peace.